A wonderful day, and thank you for attending the Cash Forex Group Global Partner presentation. Let me quote from the founder, Oscar Lopez. He's the CEO of the CFX Group. We are privileged to serve. The money is irrelevant if we cannot help people. I think the key message in what he's saying is, and it's so true, is that money needs to keep on flowing. So it's what we do with our money that we can do good, that also deserves that we can get the money. Hi, my name is Arthur Huizenveld, and I'm a business and digital income mentor. And below are some of the recent pictures over the last couple of years from events that I've hosted and events I spoke at with some of my clients. And the top left there is with Mark Vijver in the Netherlands, where he was developing a project where people could co-own real estate on golf courses. On the far right, we got Gary Schilling. Gary Schilling runs a helicopter taxi service. He picks people up with a stretch limousine, takes them to the helicopter, and takes them to the winery of their choices. And on top there, on the 21st of April, I was in Jakarta holding a presentation there. Below, I was in Malaysia on WikiFX, or one of the greater events and Forex trade show events. And in the middle there was Steve Hyde, and he's a designer, a creator, a writer. And I was interviewing and unpacking his story in front of some of my business guests. So your money blueprint, business and money all starts with mindset, strategy, and system. And let me unpack a little bit what mindset is. If you're open to receive, you will see different opportunities. However, if you close your mind to possibilities, you don't see them. And today we're going to be presenting to you a possibility and a strategy and a system that allows you to create more cash flow and build a fruitful financial future. Strategy. Now, to build a financial fruitful future, the strategy is of utmost importance. Now, how do you apply and what do you offer in the marketplace needs to be of value. The value needs to be to every person, the client, the user of the product. And the systems are all about scalability. I think if you look at franchising or well-run businesses, you can see they have a great system. Just look at your local cafe. You may grab your coffee locally somewhere and meet up with some of your friends. But look at how the staff operate a successful cafe. Often the cafe is very successful, it's very busy, it's very buzzing with people enjoying the coffees, the communications and the gatherings. But behind the scene are the staff, the team, who operate the systems to make that business successful. And this applies to any other business. So your mindset, your strategy, and the system is of utmost importance to discover your money blueprint. And remember, you deserve as much money to earn as you like. But the key thing with money is, why do you want to earn it? We've got to ask ourselves, what do we want to do with the money? How can we help other people? How can we help build new economies? How can we help our kids? That's for education. Is it for your wife, your partner, your girlfriend, your boyfriend? You can do so much good with the money. But the key thing is to do something with it and make it fruitful for you and the people around you. So here it says, a person without a vision will perish. How true is that? Because a vision is the fuel of life that gets us up every morning. It allows us to take on and embrace the day with new possibilities. It gives us the energy. It gives us the outlook. It gives us a greater picture of where we're going and how we want to help. And this leads us to today, what I want to unpack with you and what our mandate is and what our goal is. First and foremost, we aspire to build new global income economies. Over the last few years, and especially during the pandemic time, we're seeing a great shift in the economy from logistics, the way we work, where we work, and how we communicate. This has impacted people on different scale. It's been challenging for many businesses and many industries. And yet there are some businesses who evolved through these processes and these times, and they have been able to come over and above the circumstance and raise themselves up through switching the strategy and creating a system that allows them to scale through it again and create cash cows, I suppose. So build a new global income economies is available today for everyone. Technology allows us now to look at different ways how we can create income, whether it be going online, buying and selling products, exchanging ideas, exchanging information, writing digital books, creating online Zoom calls to teach people how to use Zoom, help people create a greater impact on their social media channels or LinkedIn for that matter. The sky is beyond our limits, okay? Well, the ambition is there, but you gotta have a right purpose to help you fulfill that. So now bridging the global income gap, it's another big challenge. Now, many people around the world don't have a validated bank account yet. I mean, they may use the mobile phones or the local little sustainable economies to live and exchange goods and services and ideas. But many of these people don't have the resources available to buy what they really need to become more efficient in what they do. So today, now what we will be presenting also allows anyone to participate and benefit from our growth. And our third step is to build $1 million trade communities. And I'll unpack that further in a presentation, how we do that. And the good thing is you don't do it alone. We don't do it alone. We do it all together. Now, before I continue, I must read out this disclaimer because we've got to be practical here. And I believe now we're all adults. So let me share this with you. Now, this presentation today is not financial advice. We are not financial advisors. We are CFX members sharing our experience and understanding of CFX and the opportunities that being a CFX member can provide. This presentation is made for educational purposes only. This presentation should not be considered any type of solicitation, legal or financial advice. A CFX trading returns disclaimer. Trading on the global Forex market is risky. Please only trade money you can afford to lose. No trade results can be guaranteed in any type of real trading activity. And our rewards plan disclaimer, participation in the rewards plan is not guarantee of success. Both hard work and the structure of the rewards plan are required for results. So how can we building new income economies through startup growth participation? And let me explain a little bit with you what I mean by startup growth participation. There are some great companies I talked about now building new income economies that have started over the last 3, 5, 6, 7 years. And there's still much in the startup phase, meaning that the founders that have been able to validate themselves and stick together and be able to launch something that's of value to the marketplace. So the 3 key areas when I look at startup growth participation, I look at the founders. Who are they? How transparent are they? Now, what is their knowledge base? What is their skill set? And have they been able to transfer that to the marketplace? How do you validate the marketplace? It comes back to the users. Who are the users? Who are the clients? Where are the users and the clients? And have they been able to scale what they've been developed and offering the marketplace? So it's the founders, users, and they're scalable. And what we're going to remember is that when we go through this different phase of startups and business, every business has to reinvent themselves during market conditions. And the last couple of years, again, has been such an eye-opener for many businesses and also challenging where many businesses even had to close down. And it even affected my business personally, my family's business, quite at large. But that's time for another story and another time. Okay, so we're going to cover that. Let us go to the next slide. Who is the company? Now, who are the founders? The founders or the company is called the Crash Forest Group, and it started back in June 2019. And if you look here on the right, we've got Oscar Lopez. He's years of dedicated hard working as an entrepreneur. He's been the industry leader within the social networking space, and he's had a particular interest within blockchain and cryptocurrency since 2011. And he actually bought quite a bit of Bitcoin and acquired it over time. And that helped his foundation to establish some financial presence and success in his own and personal life. From there, he's invested and participated and still participates and invests in various businesses, now locally and nationally and international scale. During his years of business, he's met a gentleman called Edwin Abad. Edwin Abad, he's a VP of Trading Operations. Edwin is the engineer. He provides and creates trading solutions and has done so for other clients over the years as well. And Edwin, the creative engineer, has been able to develop a solution that has enabled us to get the benefit from the global Forex markets. Let me explain a little bit more in detail here. So the industry size of the Forex market is on average $5.3 to $5.5 trillion a day. It's huge. What are the Forex markets? Forex markets are markets where people buy and sell currencies. So that could be USD and EU. There could be EU and USD. It could be AUD and USD, any type of currencies. And maybe many of you that listen to this presentation have been involved in trading on the Forex markets alone. And I'll be honest with you, I've done it as well. I've traded various amounts, probably anywhere from $15,000 to $20,000 at a particular time. But I've won some and I've lost some. And eventually I pulled that out of trading after using various platforms and probably end up with a balance being reduced of 45% of my startup capital. And the other thing is that involved in this company is education. So the Forex market's a fast and high liquid marketplace in the education space. More and more of us are learning online. More and more established schools and educational departments have transitioned online as well, and especially the last 2 years. So you can see that the schooling systems, the education system is taking more of an online and offline agile approach. One is going to support the other, and both need to work. The third thing that the company is really strong at is building smarter trading tools or technologies. And that's where Edwin Abad came in. Now he builds expert advisors. Now expert advisor is actually a trading bot, okay, that is code. And the code that's written to predict a predictable outcome in the markets. So it is a measuring point, okay, of different points in the code, okay, that activates then trades and closes trades. And these trading bots are developed by first of all writing a strategy, a formula, an trading algorithm, and backtest that on the market's previous 5 to 10 years. And once that strategy has been validated with probable potential outcome and income, then their bots go live, they trade on the markets. And what do they actually do? They trade on behalf of their client and clients, and in our case, our trade contract pool. Our experts advisors or our bots are supported by artificial intelligence. So the artificial intelligence helps to understand the bots greater. What's the bots doing right? And where could the bots be improved? That the information is fed back through artificial intelligence to work cohesively, allowing the bots to trade more efficiently. It will be adjusted by our Edwin Abad and his trade engineering team. Now to date, now here we talked about the founders, we talked about the industry. Now let's talk about the use case, the users. Already they've adopted over 355,000 clients, and most of them are passive clients. What I mean by that is they are participating, they buy a trade contract, which I'll explain a little bit more what that means. But 355, actually probably more likely 375,000 clients at the moment, nearing 400,000. So the company has grown year in, year out, and every client has been a winner. Over the last recent years, if you look at 2020, they've been able to achieve a return of 329%. That's 329% using the bots or the expert advisors to trade on behalf of their clients. In 2021, it's been 254%. So already you can see they've got a proven model, a proven service that's been validated, and the adoption of clients have been grown. Actually, I believe now they're reaching over 200 countries. So they've reached a big global marketplace already. So a little bit, okay, where are they located? The CFX Group is located in the Royal Bank of Scotland on the 9th floor, where they've acquired 10,000 square meters. And month in, month out, the people are able to visit the head office in Panama and talk with the trade engineers, meet the founder as well. And they can schedule a time to go and see them. And already many people from Australia and Europe and different parts of the world have come and visited them and attended some of their VIP events at their headquarters. And actually, Panama is the finance hub of South America. It's a huge and a vibrant community there, and trade community, and a lot of pharmacy in the business world there as well. So what does actually CFX do? So CFX does that clients buy a trade contract and an education contract. So following slide, I'm going to share with you, and part of this slide, how we could create a passive income. What is a passive income mean? We purchase a trade contract. So a client on the left here, they buy a trade and education contract. Anyone in a company can start from as low as $300 USD and right up to $100,000. And today we have people starting anywhere in that range in between, and which I'll unpack a little bit more in details on what levels you can start and what the benefits are for that. We call this the income we generate through our expert advisors, artificial intelligence bots. We call that bear income. So the company trades the client's trade pool. So the client buys an educational and trade contract, starting anywhere from $300 to $100,000, and it enters the client trade pool. And the CFX trade engineering team takes it to the largest exchange and trades that money, the pool, with their bots. So what is the goal? The goal, okay, is to reach 200% of your initial client's trade purchase. So 200% of the initial client's trade purchase. And how do they do that? Is they start trading 70% of your purchase value. In the next slide, I'll think there's more of the details. So here on the right-hand side, we spoke here in the top here, so we talked about bear income, where we help clients achieve 200% of the trade purchase. So let's say it was a $1,000 pack, 70% is $700. So $700 is being traded until it receives the return of $2,000. So $700 is being traded until it receives return of $2,000. So that's 200% of the initial retail purchase price of the contract, which is $1,000. So what happens with the remainder 30%? The remainder 30% we call a bull income. And really that's a social community pool or a social network income. For referring a client now to CFX, you are rewarded in monetary value. So the 30% represents $300, and the $300 is split into two payments. 50% goes to you, so 150% or $150 goes to you as referring a client to the company, and the other $150 is shared amongst the social network. So the two parts of this income. So 70%, that's your passive income, up to $2,000, and there's a social network income of also $2,000. So potentially, one may earn $4,000 from a $1,000 trade and education pack. What we're going to remember in our program and what made us successful and adopt the growth of our user case or user base and clients is that a majority of people are passive. They are allowing and buying an education pack and allowing just the money to grow, the trade packs to grow in value. So here's an example again, what we've done over the recent year from April 21 to March 2022. We've from averagely returned about 20% to 21% over the year. Now we've earned a total of 240 to, well, let's say close to 243% on our trading contract. So people can start with $300 and up to $100,000. So you can start anywhere you like. Now, some people start at 300. We've got people in Africa. I think we got about 150,000 clients there who start with a lower, value pack. Why do they start lower? It's the different types of economics. We want to make it available for them as well. Also in Southeast Asia and Malaysia and different regions, the economics, the income levels are different. Again, it's your choice and where you see the value of your starting point be. So $300 up to $100,000. And based on the last 12 months return, your $300 pack is 70% of that is being traded. So that will be $210. That would, now times 242%, that would equal to $510, etc. $1,000 would be $700 traded. At 242% will be $1,700. $15,000, $25,000, $100,000, $170,000. And remember, now our results are not guaranteed because markets do fluctuate, and these are the robots continuously need to be adjusted, to cater for the best probable outcome in income for our community pool. So what's the time frame what people can expect to return an income from this, passively in this case? It's a goal wherever you start to reach the $100,000 trade pack. So your starting point could be anywhere here on the left here from your current trading contract. And the goal is to reach a $100,000 trade pack and just recycle that or renew that every time it matures. So if you start at $300, you will not put any money in. You allow the company to trade that on your behalf. It will take about 61 months to achieve the $100,000 trade pack. And that's based on 5% per week. The $5,000 will take about 30 months. $30,000 will take about 12 months. And $70,000 will take about 4 months. And once you achieve the $100,000, it takes about 13 months just to recycle that year in, year out. And that would earn you roughly about $3,500 gross a week. So the $3,500. So here's an example of a strategy that a lot of clients and a lot of partners, they use. So we have the option before, which I shared with you. We can start with any pack we want, and our goal is to reach $100,000 and earn an income of about $3,500 a month. After expenses, you end up being netting about $60,000 income per trade pack. So if you start with $5,000 on a single level, it'll take you 30 months, 50,000, 7 months, and 70,000, 4 months. Once you've achieved the 100,000, it takes about 13 months to cycle. You start your contract cycle again at 100,000 or 70,000, 50,000. That's up to an individual. Now, what we're teaching and allowing people to do is leverage their resources. So leverage their income. So on the left here, we got 3 trade contracts with the potential to earn the $100,000 in trade value. So there's yourself here. This could be your partner, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, your wife, your husband, or your business, or your grandparents, or your parents. It's it's of legal identity. And you manage all these 3 contracts. So it's yourself, you refer someone to the trade contract from CFX, and you refer the second person here. So you got 1, 2, 3. But really it's all part of one family strategy or one business strategy. You all share the equal value of the growth. So what does that mean? If you start with 3 different packs, we recommend people to start with anywhere from $11,000 to $70,000 or even $100,000, okay? But the $70,000, so $11,000 will be split up in 3 different trading contracts. So there'll be yourself at $1,000 and there'll be $5,000 left and right. And we'll take 30 months for those 3 contracts to achieve the $60,000 or the $100,000 trade contract. That is achieving you $60,000 net income. So that would be 3 times $60,000 would be $180,000. So 3 times 100,000 equals a net income of $180,000. But because you referred or you're managing 2 other contracts, you receive a referring income as well. And because you introduce another client. And for that, that's worth $16,500 per client on a $100,000 trade contract. So that's $33,000 altogether. So in this scenario, if all these 3 contracts in 30 months, 90 months, or 12 months time would be trading at $100,000, okay, you would be earning $180,000 plus $33,000 per cycle. So that's about $213,000 for each cycle. Now let me ask you, what can you do with $213,000 each cycle? That's roughly every year thereafter. What could you do with $60,000? Now this is passive income, and this has been achieved by many, many members over a period of time who worked loyally and stayed faithfully with the Cash Forex group. So again, let me explain and share with you what the option is and the powers of social networking and sharing and allowing people around you in your business community, in your friends, in the social community, your family members, how they could benefit from starting at any point and benefit from potentially $100,000 trading contract. So let's say there was you here and you had 2 others, as explained in the previous slide. And already that would net you about $213,000. Let's say you introduce another 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, and up to 10 contracts over a period of time, over the next 12 to 18 months. Thereafter, over the next 3 to 5 years, these contracts will be trading at $100,000. And what does that mean to you in earning potential? So that was yourself. Yeah, I managed 2 others that was earning about $180,000, and you would have another 7 from 3 to 10 contracts. So if you add up all these 10 contracts besides yourself up, it's $165,000 you would earn over and above your $60,000 or your $180,000. So that is equivalent to 245, or I think it's, if I'm correct, $345,000, depending with how many contracts you own as a family or business structure. And I know these amounts may seem quite high, or for a lot of people, too good to be true. But the reality is this company has been going for over 4 years, or going to 4th year now. The company is growing with 375,000 clients. The company has also been going through challenging growth, because any company goes through growth. They go through challenges. They go through regulatory challenges. They go through expansion challenges. They go through operations and systems challenges. And at most companies that are yet to make the last after 2 years, and many even close the door sooner. But this company has gone from strength to strength and built the systems into place to help them achieve what they wanted to achieve. And this really leads me to introduce some people that I've spoken to personally online. I'm here in Adelaide, South Australia, but people around Australia, because I wanted to talk to people who've been with the company for a couple of years and what they've been experiencing. There's Anna and Asher. Anna and Asher are a young family with a young man there, and they live in New South Wales. And they're very active in helping people to participate and benefit and grow with the CFX group. Already, I think they've impacted the lives of over 13,000 people. Remember, they're not alone, but together. So this is Anna and Solomon, and Asher is Solomon as well. So now, some of you, if you like, I'm happy to introduce you to them in person, or in Zoom, in a live Zoom call. There's Bassam Tal. He's an entrepreneur and a multiple business owner in Melbourne. And when he saw this opportunity, it made business sense for him. He said, okay, what can I do with my resources, my money? I can invest it in businesses, work 80 to 100 hours a week, employ all these staff, or I can use some of my resources wisely and allow that to work for me through the trading bots of the Cash Forex group. Then we have Annie Thompson. Annie Thompson has been in the real estate industry in Queensland for many years, and she achieved various levels of prominence and impact and success within that industry. Also, it made really sense to her. She sees her business and the CFX solution as building digital assets. So each income economy she helps establish around the world, it's a digital asset she's building. She's helping other people earn and build digital assets as well, and digital incomes. And then we have wonderful Laura and Peter Braca. And Laura is the lady who's introduced us to the CFX group. And within the 14 to 15 months of participating besides her current full-time job, she's been able to establish herself in the $100,000 trading pack. And she's been able to help her family members as well, and including her husband. So these are some of the people who are based in Australia, but the many clients, experiences throughout different parts of the world. And like I said, we got over 375,000 clients today. So remember, what is our vision and what is our fuel? Now, what are we driven to do? Is number one, to build new global income economies. The world's changing. The way we want to live and work is changing. The way we want to earn income is changing. The new generation are earning income online day in, day out already, and are open for different options. Secondly, is bridging the global income gap. We want to make this available to people throughout the world, even with lower income, and people are able to start with us and grow with us just from as low as $300 US. And within 5 years, they will be on the $100,000 trade pack, doing nothing, passively being patient, and earn about $3,500 USD per week. And thirdly, we help people establish $1 million trade communities. That's about you starting a family pack and or helping 10 other people build a $100,000 trade contract community around them. And that would result you in earning anywhere from $245,000 to $350,000. Okay, again, the income and the numbers and the figures are not guaranteed because markets do change. But if you look at the last 3 years, the returns have been anywhere from 4, 5, 6% per week, and to be consistent and persistent. So no doubt you've got some questions, and I'm happy to provide those answers to you, or the person who referred you to look at this presentation is happy to share those answers with you as well. So I encourage you to reach out to the person who's referred you to this presentation today. And I'm hoping to meet many of you again on one of our live Zoom calls, or possibly even live in one of our locations and presentations and social gatherings. I want to thank you again for coming today, and I hope to see you again soon.